Hello everybody, today is the 1st of December and happy December. So we're gonna tell the pain story as always, right? This pain story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use a pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I want to read this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm gonna put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out of the room. So inside the room there be no human, no dog. What does this thing becomes? Is it still a pen or a chewing toy? Oh, it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition as we understand the emptiness. We'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Ishin Michael by the emptiness. Emptiness means that I was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pain story, okay? So this technically on the table when there's no human, no dog, nothing to interact with. It comes back to choose some we call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential of become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at this. So let me share with you this sample of the pain story, okay? So this technically on the table where there's no human, no dog, it come back to choose them, right? And this is what the emptiness is. So the emptiness is not darkness, this is not emptiness, this is not nothing, this is not no feeling, no thinking. It just is so when it doesn't interact with anyone. But then as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and the dog looks at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, this at the very same time, this thing becomes, or it becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So this thing, when it doesn't interact anymore, it is. Let's come back to truth and we call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, also has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at this at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen come in with me or does this pen come within itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself and the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does it does this one as a pen? So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from our mind, right? So we're gonna change this mind. I'm gonna pray this one become a diamond. Okay, so please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are certain inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls karma. When we see something, the certain inside our mind power opened up and covered this and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted those that into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially to other people. So for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this palm open up and both me and my friend would see it, and it started remarking in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has all been planted into my mind. And I opened up and covered this and made me see it as a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what anything on to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over four different lessons. The first lesson is both are correct, so we learn to respect each other's opinion. We learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. And a friendly reminder is that we should be able to do that to ourselves. So being able to listen to ourselves, being able to understand ourselves, respect ourselves, we all so that we can be our best friend, a true husband for us. So whatever happened outside, we can come back to our true self, being there, and being there, knowing that we are supported, we are listened to, we are understood, and we are respected. Once we be able to do that, we can start doing that to other people, and then we can start spreading the love, the happiness into our relationship. Because in the end, any kind of relationship, we all long for to be able to listen to understood, and to be respected. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So, in order for us to understand the emptiness, we have to be, we have to really listen to that people, to understand that people, and respect that people. At that time, be able to see what they truly are, what they are capable of, what their strength and weakness. And from that, when we understand their emptiness, we also what they truly are, we'll be able to see what their potential in different situations with different people. And same thing can apply to ourselves as well. So knowing emptiness is this where we can see the potential in everything and ourselves as well. That is where we be, and we return that potential so that we can move forward with that potential. And that also led us to lesson number 3, which is everything is actually happen, everything actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we'll be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, and we don't blame anyone, because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. But we can also know that whatever that we have in our mind, if we work that with discipline, with consistency and determination, we'll be able to get that. So that through your mind, your word, your thought, your word, and your action, that is what gonna create your life. And the fourth lesson is how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way using all three lessons that we just talked about. So first we have to know what we want in our dream life using our word, using lesson number 2, which is the emptiness and the potential. And then after that, we using lesson number 3, start planting those that using our word or action, our thoughts with other people, helping other people to get that seed. So for instance, if we want to have happiness, then we start planting the happiness using our word or action, our thoughts with other people, helping other people to be happier. If we want to have prosperity, then we use our word or action, our thoughts, helping other people to be, more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that we want, making sure that we use our word of action and thought to other people, ensuring that other people get in the seed that we want to achieve, we want to get. And by doing that, the seed will be firmly planted into our mind. And then one day we're gonna reap what we sow, right? So that is what how we can incorporate all the lesson and then getting out into our dream life in a very certain way. And through that journey, we also spread in the love, the happiness, and the good seed to everyone around us, making sure that our life actually getting into that, the good did that we wanted to. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that, we want to. So this morning when I came to work, it's actually very it's actually there's a lot of traffic jam going on, and it took a bit longer. And then recently, I've been changing my mindset. Like I always complain that it always took me forever to get to work and to get back to home, which is about 3 hours. But then I've been questioning myself. So what did I do during that time? I actually used that time to learn Duolingo, which is Japanese. I also listened to the pain story and all that. So that actually a really good 3 hours and then I can rest as well. So that actually a 3 hours that is actually well spent. So if I see it that way, rather than complaining about the time that I lost, actually using it in a very good way, then I should appreciate those times, that I've been, I by myself, I spend those time for myself and improve myself and relaxing myself. So that is something I should start looking forward to rather than complaining. So that's the lesson that I learned. And whether you want to see it for what it is, for what it is, for what is really valuable to you, rather than keep complaining, seeing only the talking about the negativity of it, so that negativity come into your mind, and then that you're gonna have as something bad from it as well, right? So always choose the positive side and think about it, what you can do with it, how you can make their experience better rather than just complaining. So thank you everyone for listening to me today. Thank you, Anu, for coming with me in this 3,000-day journey. And if by me sharing with you the past story of my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my church family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my clients, to any living things in this world, any other world, with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.